Would you please rise if you can? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Don't you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Woo!
Hello? Yes, please greet your neighbors. Mhm. Okay, as you return to your seats, kindly silence your cell phones so it doesn't disturb our gathering. Good morning. I'm Renee Wallace. It is my honor to welcome you to Unity of the Hill Country, where we offer a positive path for spiritual living. Let's give another warm welcome to this week's guest musician, Jeffrey Rector. Yay! Okay, the Christ candle is lit, reminding us that Spirit is present in this very room. May this flame remind us that the Christ light lives within us and among us, now and always. Please join me in our opening prayer. Let us join with one another now, in heart and in mind, as we experience the presence of the divine. In this moment, peace fills the room, joy fills our hearts, life and love restore us on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. For this awareness and every blessing in our lives, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. Let us affirm our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God, the good, the omnipotent. And let us speak our mission and vision statements as affirmations of truth. We live consciously, celebrating the divine potential in all, in a world of universal peace, love, and abundance. Our oneness is revealed. The daily word has been given the worldwide unity movement a daily prayer since 1924. We join millions of other daily word readers throughout the world, multiplying the power of these words as we read today's prayer together. Today's reader is Brad.
Good morning, everybody. It is my pleasure to read the daily word with you today, and today's word is friendly. And the affirmation, would you please repeat it with me? I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone to his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am sharing one of the greatest lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, job, church, or town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. And from Matthew 25:35, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. If you please repeat the affirmation with me one more time. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Okay, it is now time for our congregational song, As We're Sowing.
As we're sowing, we are reaping. As we're sowing, we are reaping. As we're sowing, we are reaping. Children of light. Sowing seeds of loving kindness. Sowing seeds of loving kindness. Sowing seeds of loving kindness. Children of the sowing now for bright tomorrow. Sowing now for bright tomorrows. Sowing now for bright tomorrows. Children of the
Okay, we're pleased to have our guest speaker, Wende Jones, present her lesson today, followed by a brief meditation.
Good morning. Thank you, Renee, and thank you, Jeffrey. That was perfect for my message today. I loved it. So we're just going to start with a moment of stillness and just prepare our minds and try to get in the right place for receiving today. Nothing formal, just a nice little pause here. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes, just kind of settle in your seat. I'd like everyone to take a big, slow, deep breath in, just all the way in, one of those big, giant, deep breaths. Feel it go all the way in. And let that breath out, all the way out. Let's do that one more time. Just a big, cleansing breath in. Just allow your body to settle. Let that breath out. I'd like you to focus on just letting your shoulders drop down, your jaw soften, your forehead relax, and just think there is nowhere else you need to be right now. There's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to fix. Absolutely nothing you have to figure out right now. Just arrive right here, right where you are. And let your breath return to just a natural rhythm. And just notice it, be aware of it. The inhale and the exhale. Feel your chair just supporting you, holding you. Feel your body being held not just by the chair, but by this moment. Unity teaches that there is one presence, one power, active in all life and within us. So right now, we're not trying to reach anything. We're not striving or searching. We're simply just remembering what's already here. See if you can sense that even just a little bit. That quiet presence beneath all the noise. That steady awareness that's been with you through every single season of your life. Nothing you have ever gone through has taken that away. Just notice it. And now bring your attention to your body. Notice any areas of tension. You don't have to try to change it right now, just observe it. As you continue those big deep breaths, just imagine softening around those places, those tight, tense places. You're not forcing, you're just allowing. Now bring your awareness to your heart space, right in the center of your chest. There's no need to feel anything specific, but just place your attention there. And ask yourself, what is trying to grow within me right now? Not from pressure, not from fear, not from what you think you should be doing, but from something much deeper than that. Something honest, something alive. You don't have to try to answer it, just kind of let that question rest. Like a seed in the dirt. Trust that something is already unfolding, even if you can't see it. Even if it feels slow, or unclear, or uncertain. Growth doesn't always happen where we can see it. Sometimes it's happening way beneath the surface in ways that we don't even understand. And you don't have to force it, you don't have to rush it. Just be present with it. Take another slow, deep breath in. And then exhale that fully. And I just want you to carry this with you. The quiet awareness, the steady presence, and that question. What is trying to grow within me right now? And when you're ready, you can bring your awareness back to the room. You can open your eyes. Thank y'all so much for having me back. It's familiar faces this time. I'm so happy to be here, and y'all do such a good job at just making me feel welcome, and I really appreciate that. So this morning, I want to begin with that exact same question, because if we can really sit with it today, it might change the way you see your entire life. What is trying to grow through you right now? Spring has a way of reminding us something that we often forget. Life is always moving forward, even when it doesn't look like it, right? Scripture reminds us that to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. And in unity, we understand it's not just as something happening around us, but something happening within us. There are seasons of growth, seasons of rest, seasons of breaking open, and seasons of becoming. So I live on a ranch, and spring teaches this better than anything out on the ranch. There's times when the land looks completely still, dry and quiet and empty. But I've learned to never be fooled by that, because underneath that surface, there's always activity. The seeds are preparing, the roots are forming. Life is literally organizing itself under the earth. And just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. There's a story about a Chinese bamboo tree, and for the first year, nothing happens. You water it, you tend to it, you take care of it, and nothing. Second year, still nothing. Third year, nothing. Fourth year, still no visible growth. So most people would quit. I'm pretty sure I would quit. But in the fifth year, it suddenly grows up to 80 feet in just a few weeks. So the question is, did it grow in 5 weeks or 5 years? Because all that time, it wasn't doing nothing. It was doing the most important work. It was building something so deep, strong enough to support what was coming. And just when we think we start to understand growth, life can always show us something even deeper. If you've ever watched a chick hatch, they don't just pop out of the shell, right? It's not easy. They don't just pop out easily. They have to struggle, and they peck and they push over and over again. And what's interesting is that if we try to help them, and it's tempting because you just want to help them and break the little shell. But if we try to help it and break the shell, it actually weakens the chick, because the struggle is what develops the strength that chick is going to need to survive. So the very thing that feels hard might not be working against you. It might be working for you. There's something I experience every spring on the ranch, and it for years now, and it will never, ever stop moving me, like on a deep level moving me. So if you've ever lived close, it isn't just a season. It's a birthing. It's a becoming. All at once, everything is coming back to life. There's baby calves hitting the ground. There's goats on their little wobbly legs, breaking through the shells. Even the quiet ones, the ones you don't notice right away, they're all becoming something new. And if you're really paying attention, you start to see something much, much deeper, because it's not clean, it's not easy, it's not picture perfect like people think. It's messy, it's hard, it's uncertain. There have been mornings I've walked out there and felt just pure joy, because there's new life everywhere. Little wobbly legs, mamas watching their babies. And there have also been moments where everything gets really still. Mama might be struggling. You can just feel sometimes that something's not quite right, where you don't know if what you're witnessing is about to become life or loss. And in those moments, you realize this is what becoming looks like. It's not polished, it's not predictable, it's sacred, and it's hard. But here's what gets me every single time. No matter the animal, no matter the situation, when the baby finally arrives, however it arrives, it doesn't come out strong and steady. It comes out fighting and shaky and disoriented, covered everything it just had to go through to get here. And every single time, the mama turns toward it, not away, not in fear, not in hesitation, but she moves toward it. She starts cleaning it and nudging it and calling it forward. And the baby tries to stand and falls, tries again and falls, tries again and falls. And the mama doesn't rush it. She doesn't panic. She just keeps nudging that little baby, not to force it, but like she's calling something out of it, like she knows something that baby doesn't know yet. You can do this. You were made for this. Get up. And eventually, those legs will hold, not perfectly, not confidently, but enough to stand. Wobbly, shaky, but standing. And every single time I witness this, I think, that's so us. I don't just see the animals anymore. I see us. Every time this happens, I see every person who has ever tried and fallen, doubted, and gotten back up anyway. That's what growth actually looks like. It's not instant. It's not perfect. It's never polished. It's messy. It's uncertain. And it requires something deep within us to rise. Those babies don't know what, but something inside of them does. And I want to pause here for just a minute because this is where it can get really personal. I want you to think about what in your life right now feels like it's just taking too long. What have you been working on? What have you been praying about? What have you been hoping for that still hasn't broken through? Where have you quietly started to believe this just isn't working? And what if what feels like delay is actually development? You know the scripture that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, not because it's easy, but because there's something greater moving through us. Because here's the truth, and we don't talk about it enough. We live in a world that celebrates what's visible, what we can see, the transformation, the success, the breakthroughs. But almost nothing meaningful in life actually grows that way, right? Muscles grow in recovery. Faith grows in the waiting. And character grows in resistance. And most of that, no one ever sees. No one knows that's happening. There's another story I love about a water bearer who carries two pots. One is perfect and one is cracked. The cracked pot feels ashamed because it leaks water along the path. So one day it apologized, but the water bearer smiled and said, "You notice the flowers growing along the side of your path?" He had planted seeds there, knowing that the pot was going to water them. The thing that seemed like a flaw was actually the source of beauty. But here's something I think is even more important. Sometimes the reason we don't recognize what's going on within us is because we're surrounded by so much noise all the time. If we're not intentional, we don't just get distracted, we get completely disconnected. Disconnected from our intuition, disconnected from our purpose, disconnected from that quiet voice that's always guiding us forward. Unity teaches that God is not found in chaos, but in awareness, in stillness, in presence. But if we never slow down enough, we can miss the very thing that's trying to emerge in our lives. In the Psalms, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Some of you may be so focused on what's going wrong that you haven't even noticed. Maybe you're actually stronger than you were 6 months ago. Maybe you're thinking differently. You're responding differently. You're becoming something new. Don't let the noise of the world disconnect you. Don't let the noise of the world disconnect you from that voice and what's growing within you. Today, I want to give you something really simple to do. Just pay attention to what feels slow, not broken, but slow. And instead of trying to fix it, just ask yourself, is this actually growing in a way I just can't see it yet? That one little shift in your thinking can change everything. There's so many stories of people who have walked this exact path. I could have added so many stories about so many people here, but these are people that we look at and we think they're so successful, they're so gifted, they were meant for something big. But if you go back and really look at their lives, you'll see something completely different. You'll see struggle, you'll see doubt, you'll see really long seasons where nothing looked like it was working. Thomas Edison, for example. We know him as the man who brought light into the world. But before that breakthrough, he failed thousands of times trying to create the light bulb. Thousands of times. And when someone asked him how he handled that much failure, he said, "I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Think about that. Most of us would have stopped at 10, maybe 20. But what if he had? What if he had decided, this is just not working, this must not be meant for me? The light was always there, it just hadn't come through yet. And then there's J.K. Rowling. Before her books ever reached millions, she was a single mom, struggling financially, battling depression. She was just trying to make it through the day. And she had this idea, this story. Something was trying to come through her, so she wrote it down. Not because it was guaranteed to work, but she just couldn't ignore it. And when she was finished, she sent it out, and it was rejected over and over and over and over again. 12 different publishing companies said no. 12 people looked at what would become one of the most impactful stories of our lifetime, and they just couldn't see it yet. But she kept going because something inside of her knew, even when the world didn't know it yet. And then there's Colonel Sanders. Most people think of him as a successful businessman, but his success did not come early or easily. It came after failure, after jobs that didn't last, after businesses that didn't work. He was in his 60s. Most people are thinking about slowing down. But he started completely over with a recipe and a belief. And he went from place to place hearing no again and again and again, hundreds of times. But he didn't stop because something in him was still alive, still growing, still trying to come through. And eventually someone said yes. And here's what all those stories and so many more like them have in common. It didn't look like growth. It looked like failure. It looked like rejection. It looked like delay. It looked like nothing was happening. But underneath all of that, there was something forming. There was something strengthening. There was something preparing them for what was trying to come through. And I think that's where we can sometimes lose perspective because we expect growth to look obvious. We expect it to feel so clear, validated, supported by the outside world. But what if the very season that you're in right now, the one that feels slow, the one that feels uncertain, the one that feels like nothing is happening, what if it's actually the very most important part? What if it's not the absence of growth, but maybe it's the foundation of it? So when you look at your life and you're tempted to think, this is just not working, I am not where I should be, nothing is changing, I want you to remember that just because it's not visible doesn't mean it's not happening. Just because it hasn't come through yet doesn't mean it's not on its way. Because what is trying to grow through you might still be in the process. It's becoming strong. It's happening. It's becoming strong enough to stand. But if you don't pause long enough to see it, you can miss your own growth. What if the parts of your life that feel imperfect are part of your purpose? On the ranch, if you don't intentionally plant something, weeds are going to grow anyway. Something's going to grow. And that's same as our life. Fear will grow. Doubt will grow. Old stories will grow. Not because you chose them, but because you didn't choose something else. In the Gospel of Matthew, it says, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it becomes the greatest. Small beginnings like that can become powerful, powerful outcomes. So don't miss what feels small in your life right now. That thought, that idea, that shift, that might be the very thing that's changing everything. So maybe the question isn't, what do I need to fix? Maybe the question is, what's already there? What's already trying to grow? What do I need to support? And sometimes what's trying to grow within you, it doesn't just feel like change. It can even feel like a calling. And that can even be more uncomfortable, right? Because it asks something of you. There's a story in the Bible about someone we often think of as strong and chosen and ready. But that's not how his story started. Moses. When God called Moses, it wasn't at the height of his confidence. It wasn't when everything in his life was perfectly lined up. He was out in the middle of the wilderness. He was living a quiet, ordinary life after a past that he probably wasn't that proud of. But when God spoke to him through the burning bush, he called him to lead people out of Egypt. Moses didn't say, yeah, sure, I'm ready. He said, who am I to do this? He questioned himself. He doubted his ability. He even said, I am not a good speaker. He focused on everything he thought he was missing, everything that he thought should disqualify him. But God didn't argue with his limitations. God just reminded him of something greater. I will be with you. He didn't say, you're perfect. He didn't say, you have it all figured out. He just said, you won't do this alone. And what's really powerful is this. Moses didn't suddenly just become fearless because God said that. He moved forward, but he was still feeling very unsure. He stepped into what was trying to grow through him even before he really believed it. And some of us are in that place right now. We're trying to stand, we're falling, trying again, falling. So if you're wondering if it's working, it is. Because before anything stands strong, it has to push through that resistance, just like the chick coming through the shell, just like the bamboo tree that took so long to grow. It has to push through resistance. Something I think is really, really cool, and this is just the perfect timing for all this because you can watch it this spring. Sunflowers do something that's actually really incredible. They literally turn throughout the day to face the sun. And what's cool is even on a cloudy day, they still face the direction where they know that the sun should be. They don't need to see it to know it's there. So maybe that's what faith looks like. Say that one again. Maybe that's what faith looks like. We don't always see the outcome, but we can always continue to look toward the light anyway. So during this spring, I want you to trust your season. Trust what's unfolding within you. Don't ever underestimate what's quietly growing just because it hasn't broken through yet. Because what's trying to grow through you, it's not random. It's not accidental. It's not too late. It's divine. And it chose you. So when you walk out of here today and nothing looks dramatically different, nothing suddenly clicked, don't miss this. Growth is happening. Even when it's hidden, even when it's slow, even when it's difficult. The calf doesn't just come out strong, it comes out struggling. Maybe that's what becoming actually looks like. So pay attention to what's quietly growing within you. It just might be God. And it just might be God becoming really, really, really visible in your life. It's powerful. Okay, let's pray. God, we thank you so much for the life always moving within us, for the unseen growth, for the quiet transformation, the sacred becoming that's happening beneath the surface. Help us to trust our seasons. Help us to release the need to rush, to compare, to doubt. Remind us that what is planted within us is purposeful, and that we are never separate from the source of that creation. Give us the courage to keep standing, even when we feel unsteady. Give us the faith to keep going, even when we can't see the outcome yet. And the wisdom to nurture what's growing within us. We trust the process. We trust the timing. And we trust the life moving through us. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
So much. That was so good. Thank you, Jeffrey, and thank you, Wendy. Welcome, first timers. If this is your first time at Unity, oh, what? Oh, sorry.
No problem. That was just an incredibly appropriate lesson, both for me personally and the way I'm looking at kind of the state of the world as it has always been. And y'all are going to think we coordinated this song, but we did not. It just worked out synchronistically, perfectly, or however you see that. Yeah, so this is Sowing the Seeds of Love. I mean, they wrote that probably 30 years ago now. And so they're probably also waiting for those seeds of love to start blooming, you know, especially. So it just reminds me of that chick trying to burst out of the shell, like as we are as humanity, you know, trying to bring in that new world where, you know, love actually rules. So, yeah, so this is Sowing the Seed of Love. High time we take a stand, shake up the views of the common man. The love train rides from coast to coast. DJ's the man we love the most. Could you be squeaky clean and take the paws of ferocity? The headlines say you're free to choose. Egg on your face and mud on your shoes. One of these days you're gonna call in the blues. Yeah, yeah. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, I spy tears in their eyes. Look through the skies for some kind of divine intervention. Food goes to waste, so nice to eat, so nice to taste. Politician granny with your high ideals, have you no idea how the majority feels? Without love or the promised land, we're fools to the rules of the government plan. Kick out the style and back the jams. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, the birds and the bees, my girlfriend and me in love. Feel the pain. Talk about it. If you're a wanted man, shout about it. Open hearts. Feel about it. Open minds. Think about it. Everyone, scream about it. Everyone, think about it. Everyone, read in the books, in the crannies, in the nooks, there are books to read. Books. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing. Time to eat all your words, swallow your pride, open your eyes. Time to eat all your words, swallow your pride, open your eyes. High time we take a stand and shake up the view of the common man, the love train, right from coast to coast, every minute of every hour. I love a sunflower, 'cause I believe in the power, the power, love, power. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love. Anything is possible when you're sowing the seeds. An end to need and the politics of greed with love. Thanks, y'all.
Now it's my turn. Thank you so much, Jeffrey and Wendy. It was awesome. Welcome, first-timers. If this is your first time at Unity, we're glad you're here. We hope you find this to be a place of like-minded people and a place to belong. We teach spiritual tools that can help you no matter what's going on in your life. Any newcomers? If you'd like a welcome packet, an usher can bring you one. Okay, we now have an opportunity to support our spiritual community. As we prepare our gifts, we recognize that giving is an act of love, faith, and spiritual connection that puts us in the flow of every good thing. Please bless what you're giving now and join us in our offering affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send it forth with my blessings and my love.
Freely, freely I have received. Freely I give. Divine love through me blesses all that I am, all that I give and receive.
We open our hearts in gratitude as we release these donations. We send these gifts forward through our congregation and into our world, blessing all that it affects. Affirmative prayer is essential in the Unity movement. You don't have to carry your burden alone. Whatever your need, healing, guidance, peace of mind, or gratitude, We're here to pray with you. All written prayer requests are sent to the 24/7 prayer vigil at Unity Village. You can call the number on the screen any time of day to have someone pray with you. You can also confidentially submit prayers online. You're never alone in prayer. We now turn our attention to our sacred prayer chest. If you have a need for which you would like prayer support, you can fill out a prayer request and place it in our prayer chest at any time. Names can be added to our newsletter prayer list by writing them down on the clipboard in the lobby or by submitting prayer requests online. Each name and request placed within it is held in the light of divine love and infinite wisdom. Let us join together now in holding those named on the screen, along with a person, situation, or intention of your own, in love, light, and peace. And so it is. Amen. Okay, we have some announcements. We will have 2 amazing activities next Saturday, April 25th. The first is growing and landscaping with herbs with our very own master gardener, Melaine Arnold. This is only $15 a person, and you can sign up online through the link in our newsletter or the QR code on the flyers. Also on April 25th, we have our annual community yard sale. This week, we are accepting donations from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please bring items pre-priced or please price them as you drop them off. The yard sale will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, April 25th, but we will need help all week preparing, especially on Friday, when we will be having a special work day here to organize. Saturday morning, we will begin to set up at 8 a.m. for the sale to start at 9. Please sign up for volunteer shifts on your way out if you have not already done so. This is an all-hands-on-deck event. And also, I'm going to be offering a gut health workshop on Saturday, May 23rd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're going to take a deeper look at how the body communicates through digestion, energy, and everyday signals, and how to begin working with those signals instead of ignoring them. Because our health really starts in the gut, this workshop is about understanding the body as a system, how the gut, microbes, and daily inputs work together to support overall well-being. We'll walk through simple, practical ways to begin restoring balance using real food, fermentation, and by rebuilding what's often missed instead of constantly trying to fight symptoms. I'll also be showing you just how easy it is to make functional yogurt at home. If it resonates with you, I'd love to have you join us and walk through this together.
Yes, I want to plug Renee here because she is just such a wealth of knowledge. And when she joined forces with me at Phoenix Wellness, just when I thought I knew everything about nutrition and wellness, she's taught me so much. And if I just try to think back to what I was saying a minute ago about how things can be growing through us and within us and all this work that's going on. But if we don't support our bodies and our health, our one body that God gave us, our one gut, our only gut health, if we're not supporting all that and trying to always learn and improve and do better, then we're missing something. We're missing something huge. And Renee is just a really great teacher. She's gone through the work of learning and getting certified and writing books and doing all the things. And so it's invaluable information that she can teach us all about our gut and then and give us the tips and the steps that we need to actually improve it and work on it. So I just want to highly recommend her and her workshop to all of you. It will definitely be time well spent.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Okay. So, with that, we're ready to close. We've reached the end of our gathering. Please rise and circle up and join hands, and we'll sing the peace song and end our gathering with our prayer for protection.
Let Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers and sisters are we. Let me be with my brother and sister, perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and always are. Yea, God.
Oh, no, it's 12 o'clock right away. Yeah.
Everybody bring your hands out.
Because you're in the flow. You're in the flow, girl. You really did good. No. Oh.